All right, folks, we have made it to 2024. Really looking forward to this one. We have so much momentum behind our community. And obviously, we are eyeing the next bull run, taking us to paradise, taking us to the moon. Wherever you're trying to go, we got a few cryptocurrencies that are going to help us get there. And obviously, a few other positions as well. A full update on financial markets, current events, and cryptocurrency coming your way. Let's get right on into it. Markets are obviously off today for the traditional markets. We see crypto kind of just chopping sideways, not too much action. We take a look at Bitcoin pushing up here. A few green candles getting printed here on the 4-hour chart as we enter into the new year, pushing up towards 43,000. We'll be watching this one, though, very, very quiet. Not much volume coming in. You can see the volume way down. 2,300 for Ethereum, back up to 2,300. And for XRP, it's back up to 62 cents. So a little bit of a bump after we had a back test yesterday. Came back down to about 61 cents for XRP. We'll continue to be watching this one with XLM back below 13 cents. Algorand back up to about 23 cents. And your quant chilling at 141. Solana back up today as well. Okay, so we got some green candles being printed. We will continue to watch that. Historical years, we saw gold go to an all-time high. Silver has a lot of catch-up to do. Let me know in the comments down below what your guys' predictions are for 2024. It's definitely going to be an exciting one. Right on into the update, folks. Last night, we saw that a 7.4 magnitude earthquake hits Japan. Tsunami warnings have been in effect. And the good news is that most of the waves that have come in have been way less than the expectations. The warnings were coming in for about 5-meter high waves. And most that have come in so far have been about 1.5, less than 2 meters high. So still some damage done, but relatively speaking, could have been a lot worse. And so we continue to pray for those folks over there. And looks like we avoided, any bigger catastrophe taking place in this regard. But if that isn't a symbol of what 2024 has in store for you, I don't know what is, folks. Let's take a look at it. So right now we're watching in the Middle East. We have Maersk, the shipping giant, halting Red Sea shipping as U.S. Navy sinks Houthi boats. So the Houthis shot at U.S. helicopters responding to a distress call, and 3 Houthi boats have been sunk by the U.S. Navy and their crews have died. Now, in response, we see that Maersk, one of the biggest shipping giants in the world, has halted all shipping through the Red Sea. As I have brought up here, as we've seen this situation, kind of build up and intensify, we've been warning about how this is going to lead to potentially supply chain crisis coming back, but at the very minimum, inflation coming back. Because if you have to reroute these ships, you're going to, almost double the cost in some regards of the shipping and the, the cost to move these goods around. And so watch for inflation to come back, watch for supply chain crisis to come back, and God willing, we're not going to go into a full-fledged World War III in 2024, but it's definitely getting exciting out there. With Mr. Putin out of Russia saying that they will intensify attacks on Ukraine. This was after over New Year's we saw basically, all through Christmas and the holidays here, the war has not stopped. And in fact, it kind of picked up with Russia responding to one of their big ships getting blown up by Ukraine. They responded by sending missiles and basically everything that they had at major Ukraine cities over the holidays. And so the attacks have already intensified. Mr. Putin talking tough, saying that they are going to continue. And then obviously out of China, we're hearing from Xi that we absolutely are going to see the reunification of China. So it's getting tense out there, and it's not just talk. Now we're starting to see the deals are getting done as well, with BRICS doubling overnight. So today, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Ethiopia, Egypt, and Iran are officially members of BRICS. Now, if you recall, we did see that Argentina was accepted, but they have now formally withdrawn with their new president, Javier Milei. He has withdrawn from the membership of BRICS and said, no thanks, we're not interested, and he's going to continue using the US dollar. The Argentine peso continues to get devalued at a rapid rate, and he has already shaken things up as he's taken over as president of Argentina. So we'll continue to watch that one. But nonetheless, folks, we've been talking about this one because you have the Saudi Arabia Monetary Authority has been talking and working with Ripple for a long time. You have UAE, where on-demand liquidity is already live. We see that on-demand liquidity is already live in over 40 countries in Africa. And I highlighted how basically XRP has been tested by, Central Bank of Russia, been tested and worked with by the Saudi Arabia Monetary Authority. We have on-demand liquidity live in multiple countries that are already part of BRICS. And so you're seeing that the alternatives are presenting themselves. Are they going to all use XRP and BRICS? Well, that's yet to be seen. But in the meantime, the alliances are being made when it comes to finance, economics, and trade, and then also with the military alliance as well. So now we have the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Ethiopia, Egypt, and Iran joining Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa as a formidable economic powerhouse representing 29% of global GDP and 43% of global oil production. Very interesting to see. Good thing the United States is starting to produce, actually producing a record amount of barrels per day. And the United States is now the leading producer of oil out of all the countries. But you see that this alliance definitely set up to be an economic powerhouse and a little bit of military might if they choose to align militarily as well. Although tensions exist between member states such as China, India, BRICS is a growing challenge to the G7. President Xi says, I wish to extend a warm welcome to leaders of new BRICS members. And of course, he says that we are about to see the reunification of China and Taiwan. Getting spicy out here. Now we look at Market Watch. Front page of Market Watch today says, so much for the January effect. Here are 5 things that could interrupt the U.S. stock market rally in early 2024. Overbought conditions, extremely bullish sentiment, a low VIX, a looming inflation report, and they actually note too all of the current events and geopolitical tensions as well. But you have multiple issues here that could disrupt this rally right here at the beginning of 2024, and we've been worrying about this. Okay, we've been worrying about a back test for crypto, a pullback for crypto after a buy the rumor, sell the news event for the Bitcoin spot ETF. I've been warning about how folks have been putting off taking profits till the new year. So watch for the sell-off. And then when you just look at the fundamentals of the stocks, they are overbought. The PE ratios are not justified. And so this is going to be an interesting first quarter of 2024. I think that we're going to be starting off the year with some fireworks. So we'll be watching that one closely. Now, Digital Asset Investor speaks on this a little bit further here today. He says, words mean things. I believe that the World Economic Forum coined the phrase cyber pandemic for a specific reason. A cyber attack would be a one-off. It happens and then it's over. A cyber pandemic, on the other hand, would require a solution to make it stop, and only the all-knowing and all-caring government can do that, of course. Requiring everyone to have a digital ID will be the only way to stop the pandemic. Write it down. And so, of course, we already got the predictive programming with the movie Don't Get Left Behind or Leave the World Behind. We see they're putting out another movie, Civil War, is going to be coming out in April of this year. They're really showing you, and obviously the World Economic Forum's been warning about this looming cyber pandemic that could be bigger and have greater effects than what we got in 2020. And so this is going to be interesting to see because the cyber attacks are already underway, just like DAI just mentioned. It's already happening. And so you're seeing grids get hit. You're seeing systems go down. You're seeing hacks take place. That's already going every single day. But when you talk about systemic events, and they call it a cyber pandemic, right? Systemic events that kind of spread, can't stop the contagion, right? This is where you get that black swan scenario that I've been warning about. And there's a dozen more that I could list off that lead to us coming back down, having a correction, having more blood in the streets before the Fed comes in and makes that money printer go burr, cuts rates, eases conditions. Everyone, don't worry, we're here to save the day. You might just have to give up a few more of your rights and get a little digital ID, and then we'll be well on our way to paradise and the bull run will be back on. Now, what I'm excited for in 2024 is the bull run, absolutely. But I'm excited because our community is now becoming the leaders in the overall cryptocurrency space in this conversation about regulations and fighting for a level playing field in America. And what I'm talking about right here is one of our own, John Deaton, God bless him. John Deaton literally getting quoted by Fox News this morning. Now, Fox tweets out here, swept under the rug, Department of Justice torched for dropping case that would have spotlighted SBF as Dems' top donor. And, Fox News forgets to mention that he was also a big donor of the Republicans, too. So let's be fair there, Fox. We appreciate that. And John Dean's tweet was a disgrace. The Department of Justice has shown again that it is not an independent agency. Who is the Attorney General protecting? And he comments further. He says, make no mistake, disgrace is the appropriate word to describe the Department of Justice decision to drop the campaign finance charges. Everything about this decision is an utter disgrace, including the timing on the eve of a holiday weekend, right? They did it on, what was that, Friday? Friday, they dropped that, right? As everybody's already heading off for holiday. This decision was made at the highest level. Merrick Garland got a call to drop it, full stop. This is what I love. We got John Dean. We got all of our community. We're directly over the target. And now you're starting to see it. I already saw it in the headlines. 2023 recap. I'm going to drop a separate video on it. Literally the first thing listed, XRP not ruled as security by Judge Torres. We have the spotlight that's going to be shined down on us. We have the truth on our side, and we've been the most vocal. We've been fighting on behalf of the entire cryptocurrency space, not just XRP. And I'm excited to continue that fight into 2024. And I think that we're about to reap the rewards of being on the right side of history. And that's going to come with price action for XRP and some of our other favorite digital assets. And if you missed the update that we dropped yesterday, I dropped an updated XLM Stellar deep dive. Make sure you guys go check that out. That was dropped yesterday, along with another video that I said watch before 2024, talking about some of my predictions for 2024. And then obviously I did about almost a 2.5 hour New Year's live party. So if you need some more content to watch in the meantime while you're waiting for the next video to drop, there should be a video linked up right here. And all the links are at my website, zachrector.com, for all of our community resources. So I'm really looking forward to this year. This is going to be our year. We're going to take advantage of this opportunity. And let me know in the comments down below what else you are expecting for 2024. With that being said, if you guys could like this video on the way out, I would greatly appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell if you are new here, and let's go crush it in 2024. God bless you all.